So I ended up buying another car. So I'm gonna hook up the trailer and head over to Copart. He's here waiting to get loaded. Exciting moment. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys. Looks like we got the Camaro in, baby. So we got the Camaro in, boys. Let's take it home. So finally leaving the auction. Picked up the Camaro. It was really muddy over there to record anything, but probably gonna stop at a gas station and get a closer look for you guys. Let's see what the inside looks like. It's an automatic. I might end up switching that, putting a touchscreen on. We'll see. Kind of want to hear it run. I'm gonna start it up. All right, I got the jump box in. Let's fire it up. Sounds like it's got an aftermarket exhaust. Might have a little bit of a bend on it. Sounds pretty good. Alright guys, I'm back home. Got the car back. As you can see, I already put the tire back on the Jeep. Strained it up pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm thinking this car's probably gonna have to stay here in the trailer until I fix the suspension. I got the Mazda already. I got some parts I needed today, so I'm gonna get back to work with that. This one here, I'm gonna jack it up right now and look at the suspension. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. We'll see right now. Just a quick tip on loading these cars on the trailer. As you can see, I have it centered right in the axles of the trailer, so that way the weight is distributed on the axles. If you load it a little bit too forward or too back, that could be a little dangerous, but this is the proper way to load a car on a trailer. So I'm looking at the wheel lugs and it looks like they're all locks. I'm really praying that the lock is inside the car or else I'm gonna have a hard time. Let's find out. Let's take a look. Oh yes. Lifesaver. Cool. I'm gonna get to work. So when I'm working on the coal like this, what I find out is wearing like a latex glove and then a glove on top, it really keeps your hands warm. So that's a really pro tip right there. This Daytona long reach And a slim profile really comes in handy in situations like this. So I really recommend a jack like this with the low profile, with the long reach. This is definitely the way to go. Alright guys, I got the tire off. After closer inspection, it looks like there is a total of 4 control arms. There's an upper, 2 lowers, and this middle one. It does look like this knuckle snapped off. The CV axle also does need to be replaced. I'm really hoping that the subframe, this here is good, so that way I could just replace the control arms and call it a day. I think this shock also does have a rip there, but I'll install everything and see how it is. But as of right now, it's already starting to get dark. I guess I'm just gonna go inside and start working on the Mazda. I have to disconnect my truck from the trailer. I guess I'm just gonna leave the jack and the stand and everything there, so that way there's a little bit more distributed weight on those boards. But let's get back to work on the Mazda. All right, so these are some of the parts that I got today. I actually I bought a new hood latch. This bracket here, this holds the hood latch, and then this is the bracket that holds the fender. I decided to just get a new one so that way I didn't have to fight that old one. And this is the seat belt. After an accident, they always lock up, so they have to be replaced. You also have to reset the SRS module. I actually know a place where you can take them to and they actually reset them. It's actually local, so I'm just gonna take it there one of these days. So I also had to get a new airbox. This used airbox came with its own air mass flow sensor, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put the old one back on this new one, so that way there's no fishy things going on here. So let me get it out. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick little spray here, so that way it could be nice and clean with this mass airflow sensor cleaner. Perfect. Got into my first problem here. Looks like they didn't give me the right airbox. So as you can see, this old one has like this dip right here. And since this one doesn't have it, it actually hits right here on the wastegate. So luckily I bought this one at Stadium Auto Parts, and Stadium is like one of those junkyards that you can't walk in, they just sell the parts, so it should be a pretty easy return. So I'm gonna replace this hood hinge. These type of accidents is always a pretty good idea to replace it, just because you know it's hard to see if this one's bent, so I always just replace them. I already strained these up a little bit. I just used this and kind of sneak it back there and then hit it with the hammer. And I also did the same thing over here. And then like I said, this one I just replaced it, so hopefully that fender lines up pretty good. As you can see, this hinge actually has quite a bit of play that you can adjust for the hood. So I'm definitely gonna use that later on to make some tweaks. These are the tools I'm working with right now. This sledgehammer it's really handy. It's always good to have a nice big one. This is like a 20-pound, and you can actually change these tips and put different ones. I have a whole kit. Maybe show that one later, but sometimes I use this chain to wrap it around like these little brackets and then get a jank and pull them different directions. But this is definitely a good arsenal right here. We installed the hood. I'm gonna go ahead and put the fender on. As you can see, I went ahead and taped up the edge of the door. This is always a good practice, that way when you're fitting the fender in case you miss or something, you don't end up scratching the door. So this is always a good idea. I went ahead and put the fender on. I can definitely see that these brackets still need a lot of adjustment. So this bracket here definitely needs to come down quite a bit, and then this one, as you can see, the hole is a little bit farther back. I need to push it down and back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that next. Over here it's looking pretty good. All right, so I got the hood in. Still working on my lines a little bit to get them perfect, but I think I'm gonna call it a day. I did have a long day already. I had to go get the Camaro, get some parts, and it's already getting pretty late, so I think I'm just gonna call it a day. This one's pretty close. I should be wrapping it up here soon and getting it ready for paint. You guys are gonna see me paint it here. I also use this as my paint booth. I usually clean everything out and spray paint in here, so you guys will be seeing that here shortly. It's already nighttime. I think today was a pretty successful day. I'm gonna look into buying all those control arms and the knuckle for this car and start looking into that rim. But I think today was pretty much a success. I'll catch you guys next time.